Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. In commemoration of the upcoming Bill and Ted Face the Music, I'll be taking a trip down memory lane to revisit the beloved 80s classic. Now before anyone freaks out, yes, I've seen this movie before. But only once. Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. This movie came out in February of '89. I was born one-ish month later, so obviously I would not remember it, and probably wouldn't even really appreciate it until much later down the line. I mean, yeah, I've seen like bits and pieces of it here and there as I was growing up, but never really sat down to really watch it all the way through. I didn't do that until I hit my 20s. Yeah, that's a little too long in retrospect. But what can I say? It just wasn't that movie. If it helps, I do remember adoring it. Not just because it was funny, but because it's such a unique performance out of one of my favorite actors, Keanu "You're Breathtaking" Reeves.
Please welcome Keanu Reeves.
Okay, but let me tell you, the feeling of being there, of walking the streets of the future, is really going to be breathtaking. You're breathtaking.
I know the tired cliche that his voice doesn't change between movies like The Matrix, Speed, The Lake House, whatever, but y'all are just a bunch of haters. No, but seriously, Bill and Ted is what I point to prove that people are wrong. But it has been a while since I've seen it, quite a few years actually. So I'm wondering, with my current taste in films, does the movie hold up or does it not? No better time to find out than the present, what with the third film on the horizon. Now just a recap to put things in perspective, I didn't grow up with this movie. I will not love it like some of you diehards out there. So if you're easily triggered, back off. Back off now while you still can, because I promise you, I will have stuff to say about this movie, and you may not like it. Got it? Good. This is my excellent and honest opinion of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted, played respectively by Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, are a pair of wannabe rockers, but their talent for playing guitar is equal to their history grades, in that both are severely lacking. Their teacher informs them that unless they pass their upcoming history report, they'll flunk out of school. However, things get most unusual for the duo. In the year 2688, a mysterious man named Rufus, played by the late and great George Carlin, travels back in time to help the bumbling friends by giving them his phone booth time machine to bring back historical figures and get that most excellent A+. Yeah, it gets the job done. I was thoroughly entertained by this. Let me get this out of the way, the negatives. It'll be quick, I promise. The most obvious and probably the easiest complaint I can make is certain brands of humor. Yeah, I might have liked this brand of humor when I was a kid, but not so much now in my later years. Cheap shots against the movie, I know, but it's supposed to make me laugh, and I didn't laugh. I guess I also wish that the medieval twins, played by, I think, Diane Franklin and Kimberly Cates, had more of a prominent role. Considering that they were technically built up since before this excellent adventure started, and at the end, Rufus mentions that they're part of the band, it's just a shame that they're kind of just there to be there and not have any character of their own. And finally, I kind of wish as a final scene playing over the credits, we actually saw Bill and Ted do those final act conveniences that help them out, like stealing his dad's keys, setting up the tape recorder distraction, and trash can trap, and leaving behind that nice and thoughtful note that eventually tells them to duck. But I know, these are just small complaints. So, let's start gushing. There is such a harmless innocence to these characters. For all intents and purposes, they're losers, but they're so lovable in how dim-witted they are. While the things they say are no longer that funny to me because the humor, for my taste, is just a little too childish and a little too easy, the performances of both Reeves and Winter, they're just so charming. They make up for it in that alone. So even though I'm not really laughing at their jokes, I do want to see what else they're gonna do. I'm eager to follow them on this adventure. Honestly, any chuckles or snickers out of me are usually a result of the joke being so bad that it's actually kind of amusing. It also really tickles me to remember that this movie is rated PG, despite all the swearing. God, the late 80s were awesome. Because you know you can never get away with this shit today. Think about that in terms of modern PG movies. Inside Out, Frozen, Trolls, Scoop. Boy, it's a different era of film ratings, isn't it?
If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, or the times they are a-changing.
Is that it? Come on, I gotta have more positives than that. Oh, I do kind of like that final theme, though. Yeah, I think this movie has a really nice message to it. It's okay to not be a straight-A student, and it's okay to not have things figured out yet. Sure, the movie does somewhat ruin this by telling us that these slackers will change the very foundation of humanity in the future, which seems unfair, but considering the borderline cartoonish humor that this movie paraded from beginning to end, I really shouldn't take it that seriously. Yeah, that's actually kind of all I had to say in terms of positives. Kind of a pitiful amount, though. But what can I say? The charm really does outweigh any problems that I might have with it. But I still really like it. It's harmless, it's childish, but it's innocent fun. It's endearing, and I understand its fan base. I understand why people love this movie so much. I can't say I'm on board that bandwagon quite so heavily, but I enjoyed myself for what it was. My honest rating for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a 4 out of 5. Thanks so much for watching it, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out, but most importantly, be excellent to each other.